All right, and we're live. Okay. So, thanks to Robbie for bringing this to my attention. So, what happened is I made this live Dollar Tree video, and I, of course, showed everything I got. And then a buddy of mine, Robbie, showed his haul that he got from his Dollar Tree, and it was drastically different than mine. And I was like, what the fuck? How do I not have a single title that he got? Like, not one. Like, what is going on? So, what I did was I went back to Dollar Tree after he had showed me his haul to see maybe if I had missed him. What's up, Larry? And so I went back in just expecting to look through what I had already seen, because I was literally just there like 3 or 4 days ago. And I live up in the middle of nowhere, so my Dollar Tree usually doesn't get shit. So I went back to look just to filter back through, just thinking maybe I missed one or two or something, you know what I mean? And when I went back in, like pretty much every single movie in there was new. Was like they completely redid them. Hey, Caitlin. So very, very weird. Very, very weird. It was like Wyatt's in here, my baby girl. What's up, buddy? Uh, I gotta clean this camera off a little bit. It looks real shitty. Is that better? That looks worse. I don't know. Is that good? Wyatt. It's good to see Wyatt in here, man. I love that guy. That's a guy. See, there's Wyatt's a guy that I could start a podcast with. I had the pleasure of having Wyatt on my podcast once, and once or twice. Did you come on twice? I think we definitely had. We had one time, and that was when we introduced you to Blood Diner, right? Um, did you come on a second time? I think you did, didn't you? Man, I loved having you on though. 3 times? Damn, really? You went on 3 times. Dude, you were the best. My favorite guest, for sure. And I hopefully, one day I'd like to collaborate again on something. Because I had a blast with you. I think you and I would be BFFs in real life. Anyway, enough sucking Wyatt's dick. Yeah, so I went back in, as I said, and a completely different. Oh yeah, the Ranger, Blood Diner, Life Changer. I remember that. That was 3 movies, but that was just one time. I don't know. But yeah, totally was not expecting them to have a completely new haul of film. So yeah, I bought 20 movies. So let's jump into it. Because what happened was I saw a few of his and I was like, whoa, what? You got those? Those are pretty badass. Some of them, like all the ones that I saw that I liked that he had were all Blu-rays. And they were all Blu-rays of like really good movies, and they were movies that some of them I already owned. But I was just like, okay, you know, um, I want to get those upgrades. So I'm going to go over and check. Maybe I missed them. And nope, I didn't just miss them. They've got a whole new shipment in that week. So, or maybe they had them in the back and then everyone bought up what I saw and then they brought the new ones out. But that just doesn't make sense because it was like everything in this shipment was what was in his haul. So it must have been a new shipment, which is really, really bizarre. But anyway, yeah, let's jump in. Let's jump right into it. Now, okay, I will say this before we get started. Last time, I was definitely a little more selective. This time, I got a lot of really good stuff, for sure. But I did grab a couple things that are really iffy. Really iffy. I didn't, and I still put back a lot of shit this time. I had like a bunch that I was looking at and I was like, I can't do it. But there's a couple in here I'm actually kind of embarrassed that I bought. We'll save some of those for the end. So let's start off. Pretty much anything with a slip cover I bought. I'm just kind of enamored by slip covers. I can't. What's up, Ashley? Ashley is the one person that I actually text and told that I was coming on. So hi, Ashley. You know I'm here. You don't have any movies at any of the Dollar Trees around you, really? Who? Okay, who has Dollar Trees around them, and who has Dollar Trees that get big lots of movies like this? And do you go there and get them? Like, are there any other Dollar Tree shoppers out there right now? Like in this room right now? Because I see a lot of people say that. I see a lot of people say like, "Oh, my Dollar Tree doesn't carry this," or "My Dollar Tree doesn't get shit." Dude, guys, my Dollar Tree is in Cottonwood, Arizona. Okay, let me tell you, this is the rinkiest, dinkiest ass fucking town. We shouldn't be getting shit. And then I talk to people who are like, "Oh, I'm in New York. I'm in like these big cities, and our Dollar Tree gets nothing." Like, I'm like, how is that possible? How does the big city get nothing, and some small podunk town gets the Dollar Tree? The big lot. I don't understand that. Mine. Courtney says she has a good selection. We have one by a Walmart in VP. I don't know what VP means. In Germany, we don't have anything like Dollar Tree. I wouldn't think you would. I got a huge haul last year, Mo Green. That's good. I purchased I Saw the Devil on Thursday, Eric. Awesome, man. It's a great film. It's legit one of the great films out there ever. So I'm so glad that you liked it. Villa Panel. I don't know what that is. But regardless, let's get started. So as I said, pretty much anything with a slipcover, I just kind of had to have. Outside of like a couple, like Lake of Fear Part 3 or something that had. Yeah, my T-shirt. I got this. At. It's the TV series one. I'm not a huge fan of the TV series one, but I do like this one a lot. I think it's a really cool shirt. I got it at Spencer's at the mall for $22. But all right, so the first one that I bought that has a slip cover, and I know not a motherfucking thing about it, but I like the case, is Tell Me How I Die. As I said, it's got a cool slip. I like the cover. I don't recognize a single soul. It's an E1 release. They're iffy. They sometimes have good stuff, sometimes don't. When a group of college students takes part in a clinical drug trial, an unexpected side effect of experimental medicine gives them terrifying visions of their own death, which begin to come true. Okay, so kind of like a Final Destination, from what I can tell. All right. All right, next up, this is a movie I have seen, and I thought this is real recent. This is a real recent one. In fact, this is a Scream Factory release. It's not a Blu-ray, but it is a Scream Factory release. I did watch Random Acts of Violence on Shudder. I reviewed it. I was okay with it. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I felt like it didn't live up to its potential. I thought it was a really cool idea. This comic book guy who's being stalked by maybe a fan, and he's recreating like images from his comics, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. I like this. But yeah, you can check out my review. Anyways, this is a new one, really new. Like, I want to say like last year. This is real recent, and that is I'll Take Your Dead. My memory on this movie was that I dug it. I remember enjoying it. And I was very surprised to see this there. As new as it is, and the fact that it's a Scream Factory release, I was like, wow, Jesus Christ. All right, I'll pick that one up for sure. I'll have to go back and watch my review, because I can't really remember. Something about the ending. I don't know if I remember if the ending worked for me or didn't work for me, but I remember the ending having some impact on me. Just can't remember which way it took me. Anyway, all right. Next up, we've got a triple feature Blu-ray, the Triple Horror Pack, Volume 2, which is Scar, Terror, Trap, and Midnight Movie. Now, Midnight Movie is the one I really want to watch. I remember Scar. Isn't this the one that was like in 3D or something? I don't know. I've seen this. I've seen all of these like out there, but I don't know if I've watched any of these. But I really want to look at Midnight Movie, so I picked that up basically for that one alone. But 3 horror flicks. Yeah, Midnight Movie's pretty cool. It looked like it was, so I'm looking forward to that one. I'll do it for like maybe a slasher Sunday. It's a slasher movie, right? I think it says that on the trail. Wait. Oh, it just says the new face of horror. I thought it was a slash. Okay. I'm sure it is. It's got to be. Yeah, slasher. Okay, good. All right. So now, this is pretty cool. So last week, I I bought a bunch of Blu-rays. They came in the mail. I posted pictures on my Instagram of it. I have a Sinister Cinema Instagram. I never promoted it on here, but just in case guys want to know. I did buy like 7 new movies, and one of them was the Scream Factory transfer of Mad Max, which I was really excited about, and I got a few days ago. And so I just got the recent Mad Max Blu-ray. And I was like, man, I wonder if they have the Road Warrior on Blu-ray. I'd love to see the Road Warrior on Blu-ray. Well, guess what? The Dollar Tree had the Road Warrior on Blu-ray. That fucking blew my mind. I just bought Mad Max on Blu-ray, and here we go, a Road Warrior Blu-ray. I'm sure that this isn't some definitive one, and I'm sure that if they release like a Scream Factory or an Arrow or something, I would pick it up for sure because I got this for $1. But for now, this is a hell of a placeholder for now. So Road Warrior Blu-ray for $1, for $1 fucking dollar. That's crazy. The fact that I just bought Mad Max this week, and I was like, oh, Road Warrior. So next time I go, Beyond Thunderdome. Anyways, moving on. All right. So next up, now I bought this one for the actor in it, which is Terrence Stamp, who I'm a big fan of. And I don't know anything about this movie, but the poster art's really cool. And that is a movie called Crow. Anyone ever heard of this one or seen this one? I feel like I've seen the cover before, but some of the artwork on the back, like this guy in a big fucking like bird cage and these like pig-faced masked dudes and shit, looks really atmospheric. I mean, who knows what it'll actually be in the film, but really cool cover, really cool. I mean, the fact that it's Terrence Stamp. Let's see, anybody else that I recognize? Tom Rice, Jason Hughes, Danny Webb. No other familiar names on here, but definitely looking forward to checking this out. Crow is a protector of the wood. He's lived there since ruthless developer Tucker brutally moved on him and his tribe from the nearby farmstead. Now Tucker wants the wood too, intent on building a mansion, an ego extension of his dynasty. For him and his trophy wife, Alicia, Crow will defend it with his life. So it's basically a land, like they're fighting over land. So it's like nature versus, industry. That's cool. Yeah, I could get into that. Now, one of the main reasons that I went over, will I ever review the Neon Demon? I did. When I very first started my channel. I actually saw that with a date. We saw a double feature. We saw... What did we see that night? We went and saw... What the fuck else did we see that night? We went and saw something that wasn't great. And she stayed awake through that whole thing. And then we went on into the Neon Demon. And I know that movie's not for everybody. It's very artistic. It's very style over substance. It's very Nicholas Winding Refn. For sure. But I loved it. I was fucking enamored with it. It was one of my favorite films of the year. But, when I was watching with her, she fell asleep like 2 minutes in. Like instantly. It was out. And like I noticed, but I didn't notice because I was so enamored with the film. I was so sucked into the film that like when it ended, she was like, "Why didn't you wake me up?" And I was like, I was really into the movie? Oops, sorry. Guess you shouldn't have slept through it. What was that other movie I saw? If you go back to my review, I should do a spoiler discussion on it though, because I do love it so very much. And it'd be great to revisit it. Anyways, wait, hold on. I had some stuff come by. Creepshow shirt is on point. Thanks, buddy. Better be heading off to pray. Looks interesting. Richard Bailey says, sorry, Jason, you were right about the Dawn of the Dead prego. So, yeah, she was alive up until she gave birth, right? Yeah, that's funny. It makes no sense. But it's fine. I don't know. It doesn't hurt the film for me. It's just interesting. All right, next up, this has got a slipcover. I I remember this movie coming out, but I never did see it. It's a magnet release. Now, as I said before, Dollar Tree gets a lot of magnet releases, and this slipcover alone is fucking awesome. It's all like rainbow colored ish. I don't know what they call this, but this is Officer Down. If you can see, like when I move it around, you can see what I'm talking about. What do they call that? Like an iridescent kind of thing. Really, really cool. But will have you played Last of Us 2? Yes, I have. I love it. Holographic. Okay, yeah, yeah. There you go. But look at this. Look at this in the back. I remember seeing a trailer to this and it looking really cool. Look at this, nuns with fucking shotguns and such. And it's a magnet release, and I really like this actor too. I forget what his name is. Kim Coates. That's right. It's got Alison Lohman in it. Ooh, Alison Lohman from freaking Drag Me to Hell. That's really cool. And yeah, I mean, this looks badass, man. This looks super badass. I remember seeing a trailer to this, but take a ride along a hyper-real Los Angeles for the story of a savage LA policeman who is repeatedly resurrected and returned to active duty through dark science technology? What? This is badass, dude. This reminds me of the movie Dead Heat with Joe Piscopo. Anybody seen Dead Heat? That movie's fucking great, man. So this looks like a kind of a, it says, if you thought Deadpool was sick, you ain't seen nothing yet. Crime never sleeps, but justice never dies. So it's like a maniac cop meets a freaking Dead Heat. Hell, I gotta watch this really soon. Maybe I'll watch this tonight. Sounds fucking awesome. Anyway, so really it's cool case too. Yeah, rip that out of there. But yeah, what a kick-ass release for $1. Are you guys kidding me? So yeah, Officer Down. It sucks that you guys don't have Dollar Trees near you to pick up some of this stuff. God, we have so much left. Holy shit. I'm like looking at how much we have left. Wow. All right. So, okay. The biggest reason that I went down to the Dollar Tree is Robbie posted his haul that he got. And I was looking at it and I was like, what the fuck is that right there? And when he told me what it was, I was like, why didn't mine have that? I need to go get that right the hell now. I was hoping this is the one I was looking for because I have a fucking hard on for one of the movies in this 3-pack. And that is the classic, the amazing, the completely overlooked Death Wish 3. Death Wish 3, guys. If you haven't seen Death Wish 3, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But look at this. A Blu-ray of Death Wish 2, 3, and 4. How fucking awesome is this? For $1. For $1. Death Wish 2, 3, and 4. Death Wish 3 on Blu-ray is worth $20 by itself. The fact that I got 2, 3, and 4 for $1 on Blu-ray. This is exactly why I went there. This is exactly what I went there for. It was when he posted this, I was like, I need that shit in my life right now. So I already have all the Death Wish films. I have all 5 of them. But regardless, man, I was so excited to find this. Death Wish 3. So cool. I wish 5 was on here. I know 1, probably they don't have the license rights, whatever. But if 5 was on here, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm not going to get greedy. I got Death Wish 3, which is my favorite in the franchise. All right, another movie. Now, you want to talk about a fantastic film. Here's a movie that we all love. This is a classic horror film. And I did not have this on Blu-ray. This is a film that I am very excited to check out the transfer on. I hope it's a good transfer. It's just the MGM release. I think Scream Factory released this at some point. I know other company. Arrow has done it. Arrow definitely did it. But anyways, we got Carrie. The original 76 Brian De Palma Carrie on Blu-ray for $1. So this is one, as I said, I mean, I would even be willing to upgrade to the Arrow release at some point. Did they ever do this in Scream Factory? I don't remember, but I mean, come on. It's Carrie. Carrie's a phenomenal film. De Palma's. It's great, man. It's a great flick. And this is another MGM Blu-ray, so I guess MGM Blu-rays. Oh, it's a solid transfer. Good to hear. Good to hear. I'll be looking forward to checking it out. But that's awesome, man. That's awesome. So cool. Now, so that's that. I think this is just a killer find here. Scream Factory did it, but it's out of print. Well, oh well. The Beldam. Hey man, hey. Hey man, hey. Have you gave any comments on Tom Hardy as the next 007? I will if it gets confirmed. Right now, it's just a rumor, unless you know more than I do. Which Carrie remake did you dig more? I don't know. The Carrie remakes, both of them. Okay, I'll say this: the one with Angela Bettis at least tries to be a little different. The one with Chloe Grace Moretz is just too similar to the Brian De Palma film. So, but of course it's the better film. It has Julianne Moore as the mother, stuff like that. So, technically, like from an aesthetic standpoint or filmmaking standpoint, yes, the newer one has much better production value and whatnot. But the Angela Bettis one, because I have read the book, and Carrie, the De Palma film, pretty much did it as close as you could. I also do like Rage Carrie 2. I did a review on Rage Carrie 2. And I did a spoiler discussion on Carrie as well. But, yeah, I mean, that's a tough one. But I'll go with the Angela Bettis one just because I like that they changed some things up. They added a little bit, But, yeah, I'd have to watch them back to back, but I don't think I'd ever do that because, as I said, they don't really change enough. But there you go. All right, next up is a movie that anyone who ever brings this movie up, they always bring it up in a WTF kind of way. Like, what the fuck was that movie? This is one of the most bizarre films you'll ever watch, obviously. And what's funny is that the idea, like when you hear the idea behind this film, you're like, oh, that's going to be a bizarre film. But then you watch the movie, and it's even more bizarre than you would have ever imagined. It's hard to even explain how this movie plays out to people when they're like, oh, well, it's a movie about a killer tire. And I'm like, yeah, but it's just so much more than just a killer tire. It is a weird fucking movie. And that is Magnet's Rubber. Yeah, Magnet Release Rubber. This is such a bizarre film. Like, yeah, Killer Tire is weird enough, right? But it's like this really voyeuristic kind of film where there's like people up on a hilltop looking down at a scene with binoculars, like kind of fourth wall breaking. It's such a bizarre film. But for $1, I kind of had to get it. I usually pay a little more for rubbers, but, that's because we get the big ones, right? Just kidding. Anyway. What are we saying down here? Will I review Demonic Toys? I'd like to do the franchise at some point. The Witchcraft franchise. I ain't fucking doing that. They have 16 of those damn things now, and they're like pornos at this point. Have I seen the movie Knowing? Yes, I have seen the movie Knowing, and do you want a review on it? I can tell you this. Here's my review on Knowing. What was the point of them knowing? Can someone answer me that question? I watched that whole film, and that film is directed by Alex Proyas, who did The Crow and did Dark City. So I was actually really looking forward to that movie, and I'm a big fan. I have seen Rent-A-Pal. It's fantastic. I highly recommend Rent-A-Pal. Rent-A-Pal. Anyway, so Alex Proyas did this film, and I'm thinking, cool, it's got Nick Cage in it. Maybe he'll be real cagey, this and that. And I get in there, and it's a story about like how this kid puts these numbers in a freaking box that's buried in the ground, and then they finds out like there's all these predictions, and the end of the world is coming, and this and that. Towards the end of the movie, like I'm sitting there like, okay, there has to be a purpose to people knowing. And then here come the fucking, spoilers, but here comes the aliens. They take the kids against their will. So it wasn't like they led the kids anywhere. Like, no matter what they did, they were taking the kids to this Garden of Eden place, anyways. So the purpose of them even knowing or telling anybody, like, hey, your imminent doom's coming, there's nothing you can fucking do about it. We're going to take your kids no matter what. So fuck you. We just wanted to stress you out. Instead of just letting you live your life in your last moments of just bliss, not, being ignorant to what's coming. It just seems mean spirited. Like, I don't even, I was sitting there the whole film, like, there's got to be a purpose to them knowing. Did I miss something? I don't think I did. I was sitting there at the end of the film. I was like, cool. So they knew for nothing? Knowing? That's the name of the movie? Knowing what? Knowing you're going to die? Cool. Thanks. Fucking rad, dude. I got really annoyed at the end of the movie. So there you go. Have I ever watched The Tall Man? Sure, hell yeah, of course. Pascal Laguerre, however you say his name, directed it. Yeah, I dug it a lot. Jessica Biel, I thought it was cool, man. I think everyone's perception of that movie, maybe trailers or expectations. I loved the twist, man. I thought it was super cool. I was like, of course, we expected it to go one way, and it went a completely different way. And I don't think people got on board with that. And I know a lot of people who are like big Martyrs fans, and they were like, "Oh, that wasn't a good movie." But such an unexpected turn. I was like, "Cool, man. Yeah, subversion of expectations." So, fuck yeah, I dug it. I dug it. Anyway, all right. Next up, now this is one that I did look up on IMDb to help me make my choice. And on IMDb, this is a magnet release, and I really like Asian cinema, especially like gangster Asian cinema. If you get like a gangster movie in any kind of like Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whatever, you give me like a Korean, Asian freaking gangster movie, I'm on board pretty much from the get. So I saw this one in here, and it's a magnet release, and I looked it up on IMDb. On IMDb, it has like a 7 point something, which is really high. Anytime any movies are in the sevens on IMDb, you can pretty much guarantee they're worth a view, for sure. I've talked about my IMDb ratings at plenty of times at this point. I'm not going to go. So anything anything like 3 and below, don't watch it. Anything 7 and above, for sure watch it. And then anything between 3 and 7, you're on your own. You don't know. It could be anything. It could be a masterpiece. It could be a piece of shit. You basically have no gauge from in those areas. But 3.9 and below, don't watch. 7.0 and up, definitely check them out. That's what I found out. Anyway, this one has like a 7.1, and this movie is called Exiled. Anybody ever heard of this movie? Julianne Moore or Sharon Stone? Were we talking about something else here? Did I miss something? Or is it just like, who would I rather bang? Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore was like, up until very recently, I was genuinely like curious if the chick was ever going to age. I was just like, is this chick like, she's looked the same for like 30 years, man. And I've always found her very attractive. The first time I ever like really wanted her was in Boogie Nights, when she was like telling Derek Diggler to like, come inside of her. What kind of a channel am I running here? Definitely not one for children. But yeah, Julianne Moore, man, for sure. She's starting to got, I can see that she's getting older finally. Although, not if she's crying. Not if she's crying. Julianne Moore is one of the ugliest criers ever. Ever. I think it's a redhead thing. Because Emma Stone, same thing. Real ugly crier. I don't know what it is the redhead's crying, but just don't make them cry, you dick. Anyway. Tomei, there you go. I mean, Marissa Tomei beats everybody, bro. So, yeah, that's good. But anybody heard of Exiled? Yeah? No? 4 men gather outside an apartment complex, each waiting for the same man to arrive. 2 are sent to take this man out. 2 are there to save him. The target suggests a last job to... the fucking sticker is covering. To set his wife and child up before his execution. The group agrees and sets to pull off the biggest heist of their life. I'm on board, man. Bloody shootouts designed to exhaust adrenaline glands. Hell yeah, I'm down. All right, next we got an action double feature for 2 films. One film in particular I love, and another one I remember enjoying, but both star big action stars of the 80s, and that is Jean-Claude Van Damme. Actually, 3. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren, and Sylvester Stallone. I got a double feature on Blu-ray of Lock Up with Stallone and Universal Soldier with Van Damme and Lundgren. I love Universal Soldier. Huge fan. I think it is arguably Van Damme's best movie. And I'm a big Van Damme fan. I know there's a lot of people out there who hate on him, but I dig him. And this is a pretty cool double feature. So I do own both of these movies, but I'm hoping that the picture upgrade is worth the price. Now, next up, we have another Blu-ray here. And I have not seen this movie, but I have seen the first movie. Now, there's a really interesting subgenre of film that I feel like is kind of overlooked, but there's a lot of really cool movies that are being made. And essentially, it's like these kind of like lower budget, medieval time, night castles movies that they make. There's like Black Death with Sean Bean. There's Ironclad. There's Centurion. There's like these really kick-ass movies out there that I feel like no one ever talks about, and they seem like they're kind of in the same vein as one another. I can't remember. Which one has Paul Giamatti as like the bad guy? Is that Ironclad? I can't remember. There's so many of these kinds of movies that are kick-ass. And I remember really enjoying all of them. Black Death is fantastic. If you haven't seen Black Death, check it out. It's got a lot of horror aspects. It's a really cool movie. And it's got Sean Bean in it, so definitely worth your time. But anyway, as I was talking about, there's a movie called Ironclad, and they made a sequel to it, which I never saw, called Ironclad Battle for Blood. And that was there on Blu-ray. So I picked it up, and it's the same director as the first movie. So I thought I definitely want to check this one out, because I don't know what connections it has. Yeah, from the director, writers, and producer of the original Ironclad. Okay, so that gives it a lot of hope. Has anyone seen like Ironclad, Black Death, Centurion, any of those movies? If not, man, I don't know. Those to me are kick-ass movies. Hey, Robbie, there you are. This is the guy I've been talking to you guys about. Rankings with Robbie. I told you, man, this is the whole reason why I'm doing this haul right now is because of you. So thank you for bringing this shit to my attention. Okay, next up, we have got another Blu-ray, magnet release. And this one is a vampire movie. On the front, it says, one of the best vampire films. Who knows? But I never heard of this one, but it's a Blu-ray film. Now, I'm typically not into vampire movies, but I don't know. Something about this looked interesting to me. And that is a movie called Kiss of the Damned. Anybody seen this one? Any people out there who are vampire fans, or maybe not even vampire fans, see this and dig it? There are vampire movies I absolutely love. Thirst is probably my favorite vampire movie. I kind of have like 5 or 10 go-to vampire movies, like From Dusk Till Dawn, or Let the Right One In, or Martin, or like, I think there's a lot of really interesting, cool vampire movies out there. And typically, if I like a vampire movie, it's because it's very different. Okay, we have a lot of people who have seen it, and they seem to dig it. So cool. I'm glad that Interview with the Vampire, I saw it. I barely remember it, man. All right. But anyway. All right, next we got 3 Scream Factory releases here. 3 of them. 2 of them are in their original slipcovers. So this is fucking crazy. Oh, Transfiguration. Yeah, I love that movie. I thought that was great. Another one. Totally different. Transfiguration is basically like Martin in the Hood. That's what it should have been called. Should have been called Martin in the Hood. Yeah, I mean, Interview with the Vampire. I just remember the main thing I remember from Interview with the Vampire is Kirsten Dunst being a kid and having been turned many, many, many years ago, and she's still a child at this point, and she just wants to have like romantic relationships. And I was thinking about how devastating that would be. Like, the only person you could get to fuck you would be like a pedophile. And it's like, but no, man, like she's old. Like she's a woman, but she's not physically a woman. Like, I don't know. That just sounded like a curse. That sounded so horrible to me. Um, but anyways, all right. So three Scream Factory releases. Two of these I have seen. One I have not seen. All right. First up, we have got Beyond the Gates with Barbara Crampton. I got this one mostly just because I really like the cover. The movie I was very whatever on, but I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine, you know? So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool pickup. It deals with VHS tapes. It very much is trying to be an 80s throwback. So, it's got audio commentaries with the director and actress Barbara Crampton, which is cool. But yeah, Scream Factory release, Beyond the Gate. So that's pretty kick-ass. All right, next up with its slipcover, we've got Mermaid, Lake of the Dead. This guy has done a bunch of horror flicks at this point. It's like a Russian director. He just recently did that Baba Yaga movie. He's done a decent amount of movies. I have not seen this one. I don't think I have. No, I haven't seen this. I've seen some mermaid horror movie, but it wasn't this one. I seen that one where they like go out to an island and there's a mermaid that's like stalking them on the island. I can't remember what the fuck that movie was called, but anyway, Mermaid, Lake of the Dead, or yeah, Lake of the Dead. Anybody seen this one? I know most people don't like his movies, so I don't think this is going to be a very good one, but more like Turd Maid. Did I miss something? I missed a joke. Turd Maid? Oh, Mermaid. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about something completely different. I was looking. It's hard to keep all this shit straight, okay, guys? All right, moving on. This one got wet? It did. It got a little wet. That's bullshit. That's what happens, though. You get around me, you just get a little wet. All right. This one was loved by a lot of people. I wasn't huge on it, but it really definitely was. And that is Ghost Stories with Martin Freeman in its slipcover. Although the slipcover is wet. So, but there you go. Yeah, it's an anthology flick. I just thought the problem with Ghost Stories for me was that I thought all of them started pretty interesting, but then kind of just didn't go anywhere. Like there was no climax to any of them. And you know, for a film that gets wet when you see it, you'd think there'd be a really strong climax. Wow, I'm really throwing out the sex jokes today. All right, speaking of Neon Demon, we were talking about earlier, and Nicholas Winding Refn, I have not seen an entire trilogy of films that he's done, and that is the Pusher trilogy. I've always wanted to see these movies, but I just never did. And I know Mads Mikkelsen is in a couple of them. I don't know if he's in all three. I think he's only in two of them. But regardless, the Pusher trilogy is something I've always wanted to see, and I happened to get my hands on Pusher 3 right here. I was very surprised to see this. I was very, very surprised to see this in a Dollar Tree. But there you go. Pusher 3, I'm the Angel of Death. So I'm looking forward to checking this out eventually. One day, I'll check out all three. But now I got one, so I just got to get 1 and 2. Well, actually, I got 3. I got one of them, which is part 3. Anyway. All right, next up, this is another, this is a Asian martial arts flick, and it is from the director of the Ip Man trilogy. Big fan of the Ip Man movies, love Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen is not in this, but Tony Jaa is in this, although it says that there's a special appearance by him. So I doubt that he's in it much, but regardless, I love a great martial arts film if it's done well. Something like, of course, The Raid 1 and 2, or The Night Comes For Us, or freaking, even if you want to go back, like, to any of Jackie Chan's Chinese stuff, like Police Story, Armor of God, any of that stuff, man. I love that kind of shit. This one is called Paradox. I know nothing about it. When his daughter goes missing in Thailand, a Hong Kong cop teams with local police to find her, but instead find himself embroiled in a web of corruption and violence in an explosive thriller from the famed action director Wilson Yip from the Ip Man trilogy. So there you go. Paradox. I know not a lot of like martial arts fans in here, I'm sure, but regardless, yeah, I'm gonna show it off anyways. All right, next up, this is really cool, man. This is another MGM Blu-ray that I was super stoked to snag. This is a movie I love. I have already covered this on the channel, but everyone knows this film. Some people love this film, and that is Killer Clowns from Outer Space on Blu-ray for $1. I really hope this is a kick-ass transfer. I'm really looking forward to if that sequel or whatever the Sci-Fi Channel was ever making. Like, what happened to that thing? Is that getting made? I don't know. But regardless, I'm stoked. I'm stoked I got this on Blu-ray for $1. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right. Now, these were the films that I had on the conveyor belt. Now, the conveyor belt, bringing it up to the register is literally right next to the bin. So while I was sitting there waiting for the final guy to check out, I put everything up on the thing, and I started looking back over, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, I kind of want to, I don't know, should I get any more? And I was jonesing a little bit more. I'm like, maybe I can grab a couple more. And I was like trying to IMDb as fast as I could to see if these movies were worth it. This one I got a rating on, and I picked it up. And this one is called Broken. Not particularly excited for this one, but it was $1. And I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm grabbing it. It looks interesting enough from the IMDb description. So, anybody ever heard of this one? Dude, there was probably another 80 or 90 horror films there in that lot that I was like, no, not buying them. Not doing it. I could have spent $100 and got a bunch of shit. But I was like, nope. But there was one that I grabbed. That as soon as I grabbed it and put it on the belt and she scanned it, I pretty much instantly was like, I want my $1 back. Why did I grab this one? What the fuck is wrong with me? I know this is going to be shit. And I couldn't get the IMDb to come up on to see if it was even good or not. Or worth that. If it made it past my 3-point thing on IMDb. It did not. This is in the low 3s. And I should have known better. This is $1 wasted. I can guarantee you that shit. And this is the last one of the lot, guys. We're empty. I saved the worst for last because that's the kind of prick I am. And this movie is just simply called Boo! Boo! Why did I grab this? I don't know. I was just like, I saw some pictures on the back, and the pictures looked kind of cool. And I was like, I don't know, maybe. And they were like, are you done, sir? And I had it in my hand, and I was like, $1. Okay, don't be a cheap ass. And I threw it up there, and as soon as he scanned it, I was like, can I get my money back? I don't want this. But who knows? Maybe I'll be the only person that ends up enjoying it. So there you go. I think I'm being bitten by fucking mosquitoes out here. So of all these movies, what do you guys? What would be the big find for you guys of everything you saw here? What would you be the most stoked about? What do you think is the best deal I got of these? So of all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 Blu-rays. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so I got 21 things. 14 DVDs. For me, oh, wait, no. 8 Blu-rays, okay. So, there you go. So, 13 DVDs for 8 Blu-rays. for me, I'm probably the most stoked about this, the Bronson Blu-ray. I think this is pretty cool. Although I don't know, the Road Warrior thing was really coincidental. Carrie, of course, Killer Clowns, really cool. I'll tell you, the one I'm most excited to check out though of all of these is Officer Down. I'm really excited to check this out. I have a feeling that this is gonna be a super fun flick. So, who's seen this and who liked it? But yeah, there you go. Are you guys gonna go try to check your Dollar Trees to see if you can get any of these? I mean, I think I got 20 last time and 21 this time or something like that. So I got like 40 movies here for like 45 bucks with tax. Um, I think I killed, man. I think I killed. I think that this week, this month has been the best I've seen. The fact that I got freaking Taboo with Tom Hardy, the whole first season on Blu-ray for $1. The fact that I got freaking the Xbox One game Titanfall brand new for $1 last week. I couldn't believe that. An Xbox One game and an entire season of a really like high-profile show on Blu-ray with one of the biggest stars on Earth. That just, I mean, those are crazy. So for sure, I mean, this is a wild, wild take from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has been killing it. Killing it lately. Like this last month has been incredible. Hold on one second. You guys gonna never come out and say hi? Cheryl, you gonna come out and say hi? I told my girl. Oh shit! I told my girls that they need to come out and say hi to you guys because they've never been live on here before. And I thought they were going to come out and join us at some point, but they never did. I'm wrapping things up, girls. I'm at the end of my video. Come say hi to everybody. Look who I have with me. Look who I have with me. It's little Miss Sinister Cinema herself. What's your name?
Elliot.
Elliot. Where's your sister?
Over there.
Which one of these movies would you buy? Which one of these would you take? Which one looks cool to you? Any of these?
No.
None of these look good to you?
No.
What about Killer Clowns from Outer Space? That looks fun, right? Look at the cover. Look, it's all. Look at that. Doesn't that look like a friendly clown? Doesn't he look like he wants to be your friend?
Next one.
Not that one. Okay. Oliver, come here. Say hi.
Hello.
Howdy. Howdy.
Hello.
So, just wanted to say hi to the ladies. Everybody can see them. Say hi. All right, now get lost. Just kidding. Thanks. So, anyway, guys, I also, what else? I wanted to do another. Hopefully in the next few days. What's today? September 27th? Isn't that what it is? 28th? 27th, 28th? So this week, sometime this week, hopefully October 1st, which I think is Thursday, I want to do a live video discussing the 28th. Okay, so yeah, I think Thursday is the 1st. How often does Dollar Tree get new films? I don't know. Once a month, maybe. There's a schedule to it. You'd have to call Dollar Tree to find out. I think they get shipments every 2 weeks, but I don't know. I think you kind of got to know ahead of time. I don't think I've ever found anything like this at Dollar Tree. Once a month? Okay, there you go. Once a month. Mine got 2 shipments in a week, so who the hell knows? Oh, your daughters are around the same age? That's cool. How old? But anyway, so on the 1st, I want to do a live chat about everything coming out in October in the horror genre. So if, that's one where I need participation in that because I can only find so much. It's so hard to find like a proper list. That's like something I want, man. I want a website that legit details out everything horror coming out in the coming like weeks, like October, boom, like a real list. Because if I go to like upcominghorrormovies.com, or if I go to Bloody Disgusting, or if I go wherever, I could never find a legit list. Like, I'll see some stuff, and then I'll be like, yeah, but what about this? There's so much horror television coming out in October, it's crazy. There's so much. Hulu has so much. Amazon Prime's getting that fucking Blumhouse show where they're getting 4 new Blumhouse movies in October. 2 on one day and 2 on another day. So 4 movies all together. Yeah, so we got the Hulu shows. You've got that like that anthology show like Book of Monsters, and then you got that Book of Blood movie, the Clive Barker one coming to Hulu. You've got freaking Haunting of Bly Manor. There's so much horror television alone coming out in October, and that's not including, of course, all the movies. So I'm gonna try to compile the best list I can of everything coming out in October, and Thursday night, more than likely, if not Thursday. I want to get it done by October 1st though, because it's the first of the month. My daughter turns 8 next month. She's into horror a bit, but she's made me remove the Chucky doll from my room. My kids love Chucky, weirdly enough. They love Chucky. I have a Chucky doll, and they're all about it. So, but they grew up with it, so I don't know. Murder Party review. Have I not done Murder Party? Really? Jeremy Saulner's Murder Party? Jesus Christ! Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, it's really, really tough. So, Craft remake was supposed to come next year, but it appears they are dropping it on VOD on Amazon. Oh wow, October 27th. Crazy. From what I could see, the Books of Blood is a movie, or is it a TV series? I don't know. I'm going to look further into it, but I am getting bit up by mosquitoes, so I am fucking out of here. But guys, it's been fun. Look for me live on Thursday with a complete list of stuff coming out in October. And if you find stuff, like whatever you find, man, leave it in the comments below. Like when this video uploads, just start like throwing everything you know that comes in October. The most obvious shit, I don't care. Just throw it down there, whatever you know, and I'll just kind of look through and I'll mark anything I haven't seen or know about right there below, because I want to get a really solid list for everybody. I want everyone to know everything that's coming out in October on VOD, on streaming services, whatever. Nothing that's like already been released and it's just coming to DVD or Blu-ray or something. Nothing like that. I mean like stuff that we're going to be seeing for the very first time, whether it be on VOD or on streaming, whatever. So I look forward to that, and I look forward to seeing you guys then. Thanks for joining me, as always, and you love you guys. Adios.